going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Today is December 19th, and thanks for stopping by. All right, we up, we live. Thanks for stopping by. It's almost Christmas time. This is my first stream of the week. I couldn't go the whole week without doing a stream. I couldn't do it. I say, yo, there's no way. It's bad enough I was supposed to be doing 3 days a week. To do no days a week? Nah, we ain't doing that. So today, I was gonna do some simple questions, some Solution Architect Associate questions, mixed with a little cloud fundamental questions, with the Certified Cloud Practitioner questions for everybody who's interested in those. So I've been practicing this week. So the difference with those, the Cloud Practitioner is the beginner. So those questions are more like just definitions, basically. It's definitions. And the Solution Architect is more scenario based. That's the only difference. These are block these. I put my phone do not disturb. Thank you. Turn it on now. All right, but then I turned on ChatGPT and this popped up. Better, faster image creation is here. Give us a whirl. One of our creative styles are image. Imagine something from scratch. Come on, let's click this. Start creating. Now I have the paid version, so try a style on an image. I have to have an image ready. What I look like as a K-pop star. Me as a girl with a pearl. Do I have any cool images already downloaded? Nah, I ain't got no cool images downloaded. All my images is ass. Holiday portrait. Choose a new photo. Oh, we gotta do all that. No, we ain't doing this. But y'all get the idea. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll post a picture up. I like this dramatic picture. It's pretty dope. I wonder if I could do this on my phone. It'd be nice if you could do this on your phone. Now that would be fire. All right, so let's get to the nitty gritty. Why we here? We here because we want to do some solution architect question, man. We gotta get this cracking, bro. I have to get my solution architect associate next month. I have to. Absolutely have to. Let's see. I gotta change the thumbnail too. All right, we allowed to. Just making sure. All right, so we lit. All right, let's get into it. We only gonna be live for like 10 minutes. I'm not doing no long lives, man. I'm just talking. We not doing that. Get our posture together here. Yo, did I just put on do not disturb? So annoying. All right. Freaking Android, bro. Ask anything. What we gonna ask? Oh yeah. Give me 2 questions. We'll do the easy one first. AWS Cloud Prac. I don't know how to spell prac. For the AWS Cloud Practitioner. A true realistic AWS Cloud Practitioner. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna learn how to spell that word one day. All right. But it's giving us an answer. Wait, hold on. Don't give the answer. Until don't show the answer. Don't show the answer until I pick. Okay, let's do this. Apply with your choice for question 1. Which AWS service is designed to protect applications from DDoS attack and malicious web traffic? DDoS attack. Is it AWS Shield? I'm pretty sure it's not. Is it CloudWatch? Oh, I should know this. Amazon CloudWatch. That might be the answer. That might be just based on what I know. I feel like AWS Shield, Trusted Advisor, no, that gives advice. Amazon Inspector, no, that another one gives advice. But CloudWatch, man, this thing has a lot of reach. CloudWatch. I feel like AWS Shield is a security. I'm gonna go with the B. 1B. All right. Not to protect applications from DDoS attacks and malicious web traffic. I think it's CloudWatch though. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna stick with my answer. Which AWS pricing option allow? I feel like CloudWatch and DDoS, denial of service attacks, go together. Which AWS pricing option allows customers to commit to a consistent amount of usage in exchange for lower cost? A consistent amount, right? All right, so this is what they talking about. They're talking about EC2 instances, amount usage. So on demand pricing, on demand is the most expensive. That's the most expensive. So it's definitely, it won't be lower cost. Spot instances. Spot instances is cool, but it's inconsistent. Spot instances are cheap, but they're inconsistent, right? Savings plans, that's something kind of new. I don't know that much about saving plans. I ain't gonna lie. Which AWS pricing option allows customers to commit? That's the thing, commit to a consistent amount of usage in exchange for lower cost. Me personally, I would say free tier, but I know that's not the answer. So I need a hint. So for question 2, the lower cost spot instances. Spot instances are inconsistent. On-demand pricing is expensive. Savings plans? No, I feel like it should be savings plan. All right, let's see. Did we get anyone right? Number 1 was correct. AWS Shield? What was the name of it? AWS Shield. Shield is specifically designed to protect applications from DDoS attacks and work automatically with services like CloudFront, Elastic Load Balancers, and Route 53. Right? Question 2, savings plans. Correct. Savings plans provide lower pricing in exchange for a commitment to a consistent level of use, regardless of instance type or region. Savings plans is a fairly new thing. I have read up on it a little bit. I never used it. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so let me break this down real quick. Then we get to the harder questions. All right, AWS Shield. Why did I pick this? Right? Go back. To protect applications. Protect is the key word, right? So if you've been studying, you know that AWS Shield is part of the AWS security, cybersecurity, cloud security. One of the tools they use for cloud security. They use that. They use Guard Duty, CloudWatch, and CloudTrail. All that is included in security. But AWS Shield is like They're like it's not. It's like a firewall slash like team monitoring type thing. So it protects from DDoS account, denial of service attacks, and malicious web traffic. All right. Why did I choose savings plans? Like I broke it down. On-demand pricing is the most expensive kind of instances you could buy. The on-demand pricing doesn't. They say in exchange for lower costs, so that takes out on-demand pricing because that's expensive cost. The opposite. Spot instances is low cost, but they're not consistent. That's the thing. Free tier is cool, but it won't last forever. Your free tier doesn't last forever. So the only option that was there was saving plan. All right, very good. Increase the difficulty. 2 right answers. I don't want to be bothered with 2 right answers. I hate 2 right answers. Good time. No. Now give me. Yo, people gonna be looking at this like, yo, this boy's illiterate. AWS Solutions Architect. I knew how to spell that. I did it. All right. I would not show the answer to you choose. All right, very good. So let's try this one. A web application runs on EC2 instances behind an application load balancer. Right? That means it can expand and it might have multiple AZs, availability zones. Usually application load balancers have multiple availability zones. All right. The application must remain available even if the entire availability zone fails. We just said that. Which solution best meets this requirement? Deploy EC2 instances in one availability zone and no. Right? As soon as you say one availability zone, no. Because we just said multiple availability zones. All right? Either across multiple availability zones in an auto scaling group, I feel like, okay, use a single EC2 instance. No. So we just said multiple. So using a single EC2 instance. I mean, you read the whole answer with a large instance. No, we said multiple availability zones. Anytime you deal with application load balancer, is multiple availability zones. Place EC2 instance behind a network load balancer and one availability. Okay, so all of these A, C, and D all talk about an instance, even one instance or one availability zone. We need the instance in multiple availability zones. Anytime you deal with application load balancers, multiple availability zones. So one is definitely B. I feel like that was an easy. All right, 13 minutes. We're doing good. All right. A company needs to store critical backup data that must be highly durable and accessed once or twice per year at the lowest cost. All right. I think this ChatGPT keep giving me the same kind of questions because I could have sworn when I was doing practice the other night it gave me similar questions. Different wording, but the same topic. Company needs to store critical backup that must be highly durable and accessed once or twice per year at the lowest cost. Which AWS storage solution is most appropriate? So we got different types of storage with S3. S3 is where you store. S3 buckets is where you store your info. All right, it's like a hard drive for your cloud infrastructure. That's where you store all your stuff. So we got Amazon Elastic Block Storage, general purpose SSD. That sounds expensive. Amazon S3 Standard, that's the most expensive. Amazon S3 Glacier Deep Archive. Amazon Elastic File Storage. All right, the answer is definitely C. It's giving me baby questions. All right, how do we know? All right, I know because Glacier Deep Archive. You use Amazon S3 Glacier Deep Archive for this situation, right? Say you in the banking field, right? And there's a law saying that you have to keep people information for up to 5 years. Even after they close their account, you have to keep people information on file for 5. You take that information, you throw it into S3 Glacier Deep Archive. So what it is, so now, how can I explain it? Right? One thing is cheap, but it's slow to get the information back, to retrieve. What it is, the faster it is to retrieve your information, the more expensive it is. So you throw it into Deep Archive. It's like having a file cabinet like 10 stories down in some 10-story basement covered in dust. Those kind of, what you see on TV, that kind of stuff. That's what the Deep Archive is. Elastic file storage, Amazon S3 standard, elastic block storage, general purpose SSD. Anything with SSD is fast. So that means it's going to be retrieved fast. Faster it is to retrieve, the more expensive it is. All right, Amazon S3 standard, faster retrieve, more expensive it is. Amazon elastic file storage, that means that you can expand. Anytime you can expand something, it costs more. So the answer is obviously. I hope I explained that everybody understood. Right? Glacier Deep Archive. If you only want to retrieve it once or twice a year, it actually is a graph that say how fast you can retrieve different types of storage. All right, we got these. This is pretty easy. We're gonna uh, we're gonna ask for one more, a little harder one. All right. No, it's almost 20 minutes. But more if at least I spelled difficult, right? Give me one more, but more difficult. It's gonna it's gonna give me something that I know I'm not good at, so it's gonna give me something about networking. That's true. Advanced course performance resilience. Company runs a stateful web application on EC2 instances in an auto scaling group across multiple availability zones. We just talked about that, right? The application stores user session. This is more like a question you'll see on the test. The other two was like, those is more like the practitioner. Store user sessions, data locally, must scale automatically, must survive instance termination, AZ failures. Okay, we got that with the auto scaling. Require minimum application code changes. Minimum application code changes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's highlighted. Minimum application code changes. But it's an EC2, so it's definitely not Lambda. Because already said it's an EC2 instance. So it's not serverless. You still have to host it manually. Which solution best meets these requirements? The minimum application code changes is gonna be the key, right? Because we already know is multiple availability zones, so must scale automatically, or that's auto scaling. Store user data locally on the instant. That's another key. All right, let's see. Which solution best meets these requirements? Store session data on instance store volumes. Store session data on Amazon S3 and sync on startup. Store session data on Amazon Elasticache. Elasticache, anything that you cache is stored in memory, so that this way when you go back to it, it loads faster. But it says data locally on the instance, so I don't think it'll be Elastic. Use Amazon Elastic Block Storage volumes attached to. All right. This one you just got to know what the services are. Data on instances, store volumes. You got to know the difference between a store volume, Amazon down S3 is sync on startup. Oh, S3 is a bucket. All right. So now that I read my questions, I'm on the clock. Company runs safe web application on each group. Most application stores users agents locally on the instance. All right, because the store on the instance, I wouldn't say anything about S3 because it's storing it on the instance. I don't say it's storing it as. So we got store volumes and EBS. So it's either A or D. Store volumes, Elastic Block Storage, Amazon Elastic Block Storage volumes attached to instance. I think I like that one. I like that one. It's attached to each. And this is what it asks for. Locally on the instance. But if it's attached to each instance, yeah, I guess. Store session data on instant store volumes. Instant store volume. I think I'm gonna go with my first mind. I'm gonna do D. But it's either D or A. Minimum application code change. Use Amazon AWS attached to store session data. Instant. I think it's gonna be D. I was thinking it's gonna be D. I feel like that'll be less work. Use Amazon Elastic Block Storage volumes. I think if you store session data on instant store volumes, that might take more work. All right, we're gonna go with D. Final answer. God, is yes, they're incorrect. It was an answer. Elasticache, really? It's not the okay. Why is that Elasticache? Session storage, high availability. You know what? I'm bugging, and I freaking said that. Elasticache, that means it's saved and it loads faster next time you get there. So if it's already saved, some of the information is already cached, it's gonna take less. What you call it? It's gonna be minimum application code changes because some of the information is already saved. And I said this was gonna be the key. Oh man, yeah. Attach to a single EC. They do not nearly span availability. Availability, yes. 5 instance termination. We're seeing with auto scaling, right? Now we know. Stateless EC2 plus shared sessions. Well, all right. Got that. Oh man, I went way over my time. All right, we're gonna do some more of these next week. I want everybody to enjoy a weekend. I'm on vacation next week, and I'm gonna do some more studying. Trying to hit the ground running January 1st. I'm trying to get everything good with my AWS. I'm trying to get my SaaS product up and running. At least get the API popping. So hit that off the ground, and do what I gotta do. So gotta do what you gotta do, man. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. So I wish everybody health and wealth. Thanks for checking out my stream today. And that's it. See y'all later, GG's.